Well, good afternoon, everybody out there. Wow, it's getting close to past the middle of the day anyway. I thought I'd play a little game with you today. It's called What Would You Do? Remember that TV show where they have people coming in different scenarios, restaurants, stores, convenience stores, things like that, where somebody makes disparaging remarks about them or berates them and stuff like that. Anyway, I thought I'd give you one of them and ask you to put the remarks down there in the comments. The one thing I don't want you to do is I don't want you to put names to it. If you do, I'll have to remove it because I'm not looking to destroy anybody out there. I just want to know what you would do. And you're welcome to say you recognize you've seen the scenarios before, but just please don't put a name to it. That's not what this is about today. Today's Sunday, and we're going to give everybody a time off, but of doing anything ornery. But I want you to look at it with a clear mind, with no names in there, but you can be honest about it because you're not going to put names in it, okay? So let's get started with this. Whew, and it's easy. So we get this couple, they come into a restaurant, and they get a table out there, and they're, they're not off to the side, but they're not in the very middle, just, kind of, maybe a couple rows that way and a row across this way and a few rows over here. And for the most part, it's either families or couples, and just a nice, warm environment. People are having a good time. It's a weekend, and they're having their meal together out. That's what it is. So I set the mood for it. So the couple is there, and they're waiting for the waitress or waiter, whoever's going to come. And the guy looks over at her, and he said, you sleep with your mouth open at night. He said, you slobber all over the place. And he makes it a face. And he says he says it loud enough where everybody around him can hear him. And you kind of seen some people do a little, that kind of a look. And the woman just goes, she don't say much. And, he's looking around a little bit, trying to think what else. He's bored. And, he's one of those that snaps his fingers and goes, come here, that type. You know that type is. Because he's always, he wants a hurry. He wants everybody to wait on him hand and foot real quick. You got to do it. Yeah, you know the type. Snap their fingers. Snap two. He's never been in the service, but snap two. He wouldn't have made it in service anyway. But anyway, and this is just a scenario, by the way. No names. So he's getting a little anxious, and he wants a waiter. So he walks up to the bar, and he said, "We could use something over here to drink. We're a little dry." And he said, "How about sending somebody over?" And while he's there, there's another couple there, and he's looking at him, and he's thinking, I probably should say something to him since I'm standing here waiting for somebody to get to my table. And he said, I don't know about women too much. He said, yeah, I try to tell her something, and she don't listen. She's just dumb. Just dumb. You would think she'd have the good sense to listen to me when I tell her to do something, wouldn't you? Oh, wow. The couple's looking at him. Now, he said it loud enough they could hear him clear in the other room. And anyway, the bartender says, I'll send somebody back right away. We'll take care of you. So he walks back to the table, and he's sitting there with her. And he's looking at her. He's kind of frowning a little bit. And he says, what are you having tonight? And she says, well, I'll probably have a chef's salad and maybe some water with a little lemon on the side. He looks at her and he said, yeah, it's probably a good idea. He said, you're getting kind of fat. You shouldn't be, you should stay on lettuce and water. Everybody around is looking, and she looked down a little bit, and she ain't going to say nothing, And they bring the waiter comes out and takes her order, and of course he orders a rare steak, and he's not going to drink because he don't particularly care for alcohol. And she goes to order, and he orders for her. He said, hey. So he orders a salad for her and some water with lemon on the side. He said she can't handle drinks. And she's on a diet. And he gives that look. And, no, it's okay. And they get around there a little bit, and they're talking, and he said, whatever subject it was, he said, now you know that's not right. What is wrong with you? Are you too dumb to remember? Oh, I forgot. You can't remember anything. And she says, well, it has to do with probably, I had that operation, and ever since that operation, sometimes I get forgetful. He said, yeah, I guess you do. Everybody around there was listening. I don't think there's anybody in there that didn't hear him. Ooh-wee. Now, this is a scenario, remember, of what would you do? So they go on a little bit, and pretty soon I don't know what she did. He says, I told you not to do that. And she said, well, I didn't have any choice. I had to. I had to take care of things. He said, but I told you not to do that. Boy, you're dumb. Oh. Wow. Now, the people are really starting to frown a little bit. Because this poor woman, they understand that couples do get into little arguments and things. But, you really don't want to do it in public, right? And he's got this finger going. Where's our meal? What's going on here? And, of course, they bring it over, and he says, boy, it took you enough time. And, of course, they set the table. And there's a couple over there that they knew, and he's waving and smiling. He said, how you doing out there? Well, he's loud enough. And a couple over there, they've heard all this thing going on. They're a little embarrassed, but, that's the way that, things happen. You know what I mean? And he's all giggles and smiles. Yeah, I remember yesterday I seen you out there. Remember that? And the guy's thinking, I wish he wouldn't. He's a little nervous. He moves around in his chair. This guy over there he's trying to talk to. And the guy don't say a whole lot because he wants to shut this down as quickly as possible. After all, this guy's over here telling this girl what he thinks of her, and most of the place is getting disturbed, right? They don't like that. But now remember, it's a weekend thing, a family thing, and usually you put your best foot forward. You don't necessarily put it in your mouth, right? But then there's people out there that they're like that. They think, in my opinion now, I'm just giving you my opinion, by belittling somebody that it builds their self up, in the eyes of the audience. But now, this would go on back and forth through the evening. She wouldn't say much, but he always had something to say. And then the waitress come over to ask if they wanted anything to drink, and he's all smiles at this one. This one's a good-looking girl. They said, no. He said, we don't drink alcohol. I'll tell you what, though. If you'll bring us another glass over there of water with a little twist of lemon, and you can just bring me some of that sweet punch you got over And boy, she comes over and he's all just about slobbering. His eyes are really looking her over. Yeah, she's okay. He likes her. Yep, she's probably the best in the bar. Now the waitress comes over. He's not happy with her because she didn't wait on him right away. She's a little upset, so he isn't as nice to her. And of course, when they get up to go, he's still chewing on his significant other, and she has to stop up front. He had to run back to the little boy's room back there again. And you can hear him back there telling somebody, yeah, that she's so damn stupid. I said, I got to keep an eye on her all the time. He walks on into the John back there. Okay, now's your opportunity. She's standing there by herself. What would you do? This is the YouTube. If you see this thing on the TV, you'll know that people use that opportunity to give their 2 cents worth. What would you tell this woman? Now, you may have met and seen people like this, that do this in public. And maybe you've seen it more than once. Like I say, please don't put names to it. I just want you to give me the scenario of what you would do in that situation. If you've seen something like that, and remember, do this with an open mind. Tell me. Give me your opinion of this couple. You can break it down to both of them, either one or both together. So, and then what would you do? Would you go up there and talk to her and try to make her feel better? Would you tell that guy he's all wet if you were down at the end of the bar when he was saying that she's stupid? What would you do? You tell me. With that, hope you have the rest of the weekend's a good weekend for you. And have a nice day out there. I'll see you later.